Welcome to the international jury here. This is 7 different international jury. I'm from Norway, and this is...
I'm Marc from Germany.
And Bernardo from Portugal.
I'm Genevieve, and I'm Japanese.
JP from the Netherlands.
Salman from Germany.
Jevgeniy is from Latvia.
Now we're going to discuss about this year's entrance of Melodifestivalen. How do you think about the lineup this year?
Well, comparing it to last year, and I've also had a discussion with other people, I think the songs are a little bit weaker than last year's or the last 2 years even. So I think, that's where Sweden needs to work on a bit better next year to get some stronger songs, and if Christian Björkman wants to win over Ireland, of course.
I agree that the big names were missing this year, like also a lot of artists who tried it a lot of times, like Ace Wilder or also David. I would like to see him again as a participant instead of the host. But being here and listening to the songs more and more times, I think you start liking them. And by now, I think it has got a decent lineup, and I'm happy to hear the songs.
It's looked like this year we have a lot of strange artists, as we have had Edward in the semi-final one, and we have Rolands, and a lot of people are surprised how they qualified to the final. Rolands qualified to the final.
I love the final lineup. This is probably the first time of me watching the finals that I don't have any songs where I go, can I not have this happen, please? Because normally there's at least one or a few, but no, I really like the final lineup. And there's a lot of really good overall packages, because I think 4 of the 12 acts or the entries in the finals have been staged by Sein Udelstål and Dennis Bruckner, and they are amazing. They staged Robin Bengtsson's I Can't Go On last year, so as a complete package, I think it's a great final lineup.
Well, I don't think it's a weak final. I think it's a diverse final compared to other years. I think they have a lot of genres mixed in this final. I think there's no clear winner, which is also nice because it brings a lot of excitement to the contest. And yeah, I'm excited for all the 12 acts actually. I think all of them bring different things to the contest, and it's incredible for diversity, yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It could be some more big names. I was hoping, for example, for Alcazar, but I think this year is really interesting, everything. We don't have a clear winner, as they said, and I think the stagings are really good. Yeah, I miss more drama, but we have a lot of glitter this year, at least.
Of course, with Fuland, it doesn't need Alcazar. We have Roland, so...
I love Alcazar.
You got Fab Freddy, you see.
Exactly, we have the glitter already. And what kind of music or style we're missing this year?
Tango. Start over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important to have a Schlager song in the competition, and we have Jessica, but there could be maybe another Schlager song. I also like a pop song or disco song like from Alcazar, as I said. That would be great. But I think the lineup is quite diverse. So
yeah.
And also the favorites are kind of have different music styles, so that makes it really interesting.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything missing really.
No,
I think
it's a bit of everything.
Yeah, I think that it's a matter of you liking the song or not, rather than having another genre in the competition. So I think it's quite diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know if there's really anything missing per se. I think that there is quite a bit of variety, not only throughout the contest over all the weeks, but now that we've reached the finals. I mean, Liamo's got his rap, and Roland's is, on a completely other level. You've got pop, you've got so many flavors of pop. You've got Mendez bringing Spanglish back to the contest, which I'm so happy about. So really, I don't know if there's anything missing. Of course, I was laughing earlier because of the whole Alcazar situation, because that was the drama. But, and I mean, I love Alcazar. I think they're great regardless of whether or not they're in Mello. But no, I think it's really cool that not only did we have a lot of variety in the contest, but that a lot of variety made it to Friends Arena. So it's a great show for everybody that's going to come out and see it live, or even just watch it online or on TV.
If you want to have Esckaz, just come to Europride this year.
Maybe we should extend the final to like 24 songs and then we can have all styles inside. I'm missing a huge power ballad from Sweden, like we had Sanna Nielsen in the past. So that's something I would like to see coming back.
I also think that the lineup is quite diverse. I think maybe looking at some songs, there were like too many like Swedish specific songs like Edward, as we said. So I like if they are like funny songs or joke songs, but then more in the direction of like Samia and Victor, or also After Dark, which also foreign people can understand. But like with Edward's song, I felt a little bit lost, and I thought like, how can a song like this be in the contest and not Alcazar?
I would like to see more classic Schlager in Melodifestivalen, and as we see, rock songs didn't do well last time Melo, so we are missing it, but it doesn't work in Melo.
And what brings you all to the Melodifestivalen? Some of you have been here for several years now. Like me, I have been here 7 years, so we start with the older one here.
How old are you?
Watching Melodifestivalen?
No, I started to come to Melodifestivalen in 2008, so it's 10 years now I'm here. Since 2009 as journalist, and I'm working on the radio, so I've been doing this year 20 years. And I think it's the best produced show in the world, I must say. And we know that Swedish television is also producing very often the Eurovision Song Contest. So the quality is fantastic. The music industry booms in Sweden. It's a symbiosis between the media and the artists, each give and take to each other. And that's, I think, it's just fantastic. I wish we could have that in Germany or the Netherlands.
I completely agree that it's like the strongest pre-selection show you have, with a lot of diverse songs. There were even years which were like stronger, like 2010 or 2012. There were like basically 8 out of the 10 acts you could have sent to Eurovision. So I think that's what made me like a fan of Melodifestivalen and made me coming year for year again.
So my first Melodifestivalen was in Stockholm in 2009, and I think it's really the best pre-selection. And for me, Melodifestivalen is much stronger than the big Eurovision Song Contest.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that happens also for me, that doing Eurovision, I hear the Eurovision songs, but afterwards I switch again back to Melodifestivalen, and like the summer I listen more to Melodifestivalen songs compared to Eurovision songs.
And me competing Eurovision all the time.
What was the question?
What brings you to the Melodifestivalen?
Well, you mean as a journalist?
Yeah,
or
as a journalist.
Well, Sweden is a very small country, so it's really easy to get traction here doing media content. But no, I mean, I love a big show, and I love high production value. And this is the only time that the mainstream Swedish pop industry does a lot. And you get a lot of content at once. So you've got 4 weeks of new songs dropping, and I'm not gonna love everything, but that's okay. I mean, they have to put in a little bit of everything, and that's how they keep their viewing figures up, because if they don't have the high viewing figures, they're not going to get the sponsors, and then they can't afford to put on the show. So I'm fine with them putting a few oddballs in here and there, but I really like that there's so much going on. I like big scale things. So that's why, like, when I come as a journalist, I like to not only interview artists, but I'll interview writers, I'll interview people who are working on staging and doing choreography, because I want to know how all the moving parts work in the big machine that is Melodifestivalen.
Well, I think it's a bit of what everyone already said, the big scale of the production and stuff like that. And the fact that here in Sweden everything is working for the same goal. So you have record labels, and then you have SVT, and then you have the artists, and then you have PR people, and everything is working for the same goal. And that's what makes Melodifestivalen so special and so unique among other national selections in Europe, because in so many countries you don't have the support of record labels, and here you have. And it makes it special because everyone is working really hard on pushing their artists and their songs, because at the end of the day this is a business, and they're going to try and make the most money out of it, and Eurovision is like a second thing coming with it, because this is all for record labels and and for the artists.
Yeah.
I really like the big hype in Sweden about Melodifestivalen, because you arrive in Sweden, you see the first newspapers on the airport, and you see pictures of Melodifestivalen artists, and that is just great. And I also honor the tempo, the speed of the show, because there's so much going on. Back home in our blog for Eurovision, we offer live blogs of every national final, and there are some countries, they have 6 songs in 4 hours, and in between I feel like I fall asleep. But here in Sweden it's like you have this tempo, you have interval acts, there's so much going on. So this is really the magic of Melodifestivalen.
And now the most important things. Who is going to winning tomorrow, and who is top 3 here? For me, I think Mariette, Benjamin and John Lundvik.
So say again, the top 3?
Top 3, and who is the winner?
Now, yesterday we interviewed Felix, and he got to number 1 in the chart. So I think this is an indication that he will do very well, if not wins this competition. I do like also Mendes, and the guy is called Martin Almgren.
I think Felix' song grew a lot, because it's like a little bit not the one when you hear it the first time you vote for it, so I think it will do really well. But I think Benjamin song is stronger, so I would say Benjamin will win, and Felix and Mariette 2 or 3. So
I have one tradition. My favorite don't win, but I really hope that this time John Lundvik will win. Having Felix and Benjamin in top 3.
And Genovia?
So wait, is it my prediction or my personal picks?
Prediction.
I don't know about that. No, because it's really hard to tell, because you have to look at, like, the juries will tend to go for certain things, and the public will go for other things. So I think that Benjamin and John Lundvik are going to do very well with the juries, because there's a lot going for them that works really well with what juries tend to go for. And then as far as the public goes, it's hard to say, because Benjamin kind of got canceled out last time. So if he was going to miss out on it. And the other reason why, listen, I have opinions. I have no problem sharing opinions. But the reason why I'm a little bit more hesitant to make guesses this time is because of the fact that they're changing the point system for how the juries give points. So I can't really tell, this is more of the test year to see how that change in the points will affect how it goes, because if it was like how it was last year, where the jury favorite is going to get the clear edge, then I would be a lot more confident just being like, oh, well, then Benjamin's going to win. But because there's the slight change, I'm not going to say that it's impossible for somebody else to win, I guess. But as for the other things, I don't know.
I think it's a difficult one. I think this year is even more difficult than last year. I think Benjamin will come top 3. I don't know if he's going to win, to be honest. I think Felix will come top 3, at least in the televote. And the 3rd place, I think, might go to Samir and Victor, and I'm not even kidding.
I would love that. Oh my God.
And I'm not even kidding. They are my guilty pleasure, and I want them to win. They are my personal favorites. But I don't think they will have the strong support from the international jury as they will have from the televote. I would love for Sweden to send them, because they're different from everything Sweden has sent in the past few years. They are authentic, and everyone now especially craves authenticity in the world, in everything. So I think if you bring 2 Swedish guys who don't have perfect English, who don't care about having perfect English, and are just here to have fun and do their song and do their thing, I think it would be a different thing and a good thing for Sweden,
Yeah, but yesterday we interviewed Samir and Victor, and Victor said he signed a contract for Let's Dance. So if they win, they cannot go to Eurovision. So we need to find somebody else. But in Germany, we also made a prediction: who's your favorite and who do you want to win? And the German fans, they also like Samir and Victor, but they predict that Benjamin will win. I think the same. Benjamin, I predict or expect on number 1. Felix on number 2, and number 3 a battle between Liamu and John.
And here how we get the international point of view. Tomorrow we see the other 50% of the voters. Let's see if they are right.